I played in a 16-player Pokemon Pocket Creator tournament over the weekend, and I finished top 4 among the 16 competitors. After I was knocked out, I proceeded to do commentary on my live stream over some matches afterwards that I thought were quite excellent and showed some of the high-level decision-making that can go into a game like Pocket that is deceptively simple on the surface. So I wanted to highlight some of those games here on the YouTube side today. If you enjoy commentary like this, I would love to know in the comments down below. For the rest of the day, have fun. So coin flip goes to Yobis. Let's see what deck they're starting. They're starting on the water deck. The Articuno deck loves to go first. So we see a Misty there. This game might be over like that with Misty. I do think the Pikachu EX matchup is tough for both of Yobus's decks. So getting a free roll here with a Misty obviously would be incredible for them. You see Yobus. He knows. He sat up in his chair as soon as he drew his opening hand. He was like, oh baby, this is the one. He perked right on up. It was like, let's do it. We see Kerr sitting here deliberating over which one they want to start on. It doesn't matter which one you start on, but if this Misty pops off, we're gonna be done here. So Misty, easily the highest variance card in Pokemon Pocket. You flip a coin until you get a Tails, and you get a water energy for everyone. I love the grin on Yobus's face. He knows what he is about to do, and it is not about to be kind. Unlucky. Yep, caught with your hand in the cookie jar. Misty's like, nope, we're gonna play a real game. And by play a real game, I mean when Yobis bricks on that Misty flip, we're done. I think we're in garbage time. I think that's actually a we're in garbage time flip. I think the Pikachu EX deck has one thing. We're gonna like go through some motions, and it's gonna take like 3 or 4 turns for us to finish this up. But the writing is on the wall here after the first. We could draw. That's fair. That's fair. If we drew second Misty, that would have maybe given us a shot. Yeah, we're gonna have to bring back the garbage time emote. Although when I play on the ladder, there's not a lot of garbage time. The only reason we're witnessing this garbage time is because this is a tournament setting and people aren't conceding. For people who are newer to card games, you're not familiar with what I mean when I say garbage time. I mean, this game is effectively over. I think it's incredibly unlikely that Yobis can win, but it's going to take a few turns of gameplay for the Pikachu EX deck to actually win the game. Let's see if Yobis is in tune enough to know he shouldn't red card here. You should basically never red card the Pikachu deck before they have a full bench. Red carding Pikachu while they haven't filled their bench up yet is a mistake, I think. The potion is interesting here. Nope, we're just throwing it out. Average red card gamer. So, the potion is a card you want to save for when it's going to save you from a break point. And adding 20 extra HP to this Articuno here doesn't change the clock at all. And you see exactly what I'm talking about here, why you don't want to red card the Pikachu deck before they fill their bench. Yobis has drawn Captain Kerr into the extra basics that allow Pikachu EX to hit harder here. Red card is an incredibly high variance endeavor that can often make your opponent's draw better. We're seeing exactly that play out here now. You see Captain going through some plays here. Are just trying to make sure they don't mess it up, but there's not a wrong way to eat this recess. That the background music is a little weird, I agree. Oh yeah, there's multiple red cards this Articuno deck. Forgot about that. I guess, like, we're building up the second Articuno, but there's no way it ever powers through the Pikachu and friends, right? Yeah, I'm not sure if Yobis has any background in card games before Pocket. You know, he does MOBA content, Pokemon Unite, and some other MOBA games before this. I assume we're just gonna get Pikachu EX up here and just start crack-a-lacking, right? So, you want to think how the turns play out in a spot like this. So you retreat to Pikachu EX knocks out Articuno, you get 2 knockout points. The Articuno puts your Pikachu EX to 40, It passes back to you. You put an energy on your Pikachu EX on the bench. You crack them for 110 down to 30. They knock out your Pikachu. You put up your second Pikachu with a second energy and take the win. So Kerr is going to take a second here and think through those permutations. But I assume we're going to see the Blitzel retreat, the second Pikachu go up here. And this is that writing on the walls where the game is over, but we're still playing through the motions here that I was talking about earlier. And this is a lot of the skill in parsing games of Pokemon Pocket comes from reading what's on the board and understanding how the turns are going to play out over the course of the turns. This game is very chess adjacent and that a lot of the information is face up, and you need to be reading what your opponent's lines are over the following turns and which ones you can deterministically beat, which ones you can't deterministically beat, and which one you need to hope for percentage plays to break your way in the middle. And that's one of the reasons why coin flips on Pokemon Pocket cards are so key for keeping the game fresh, is coin flips on the card make it so the board state isn't deterministic and there's uncertainty to play around. Without Kangaskhan's and Marowaks and Executors, the board becomes very deterministic very quickly. Not gonna lie, I'm getting good commentary. I'm glad you're enjoying it. We're gonna cast this in the finals for sure. I'm having fun doing commentary. For people that aren't familiar with me, in addition to playing games for forever, I've done commentary for Magic the Gathering, official Pokemon Unite tournaments. I broadcast with Riot Games on some of their early Runeterra tournaments when I was playing that game. So in addition to being very analytical and having a lot of card game background, doing some play-by-play here is inside of my wheelhouse in addition to analysis. Usually I'm not play-by-play. I'm color commentary, pointing out the details. Giovanni here basically doesn't matter. We're just taking game actions to take game actions. We're seeing this play out exactly as I described 2 turns ago. The Pikachu takes the hit. The Articuno knocks out the Pikachu and takes 2 points. The other Pikachu comes up and finishes us off. This Articuno EX deck is basically a pure gimmick that only works when you flip heads on a Misty. The structure of this tournament, you need to win with both of your decks over the course of the rounds. So the Captain Kerr is going to have to win 1 game with their Dark Wiggly deck they have as their second, whereas Yobis is going to have to beat Dark Wiggly with both Articuno and their Venusaur deck. As more cards come out, will games be less predetermined? I don't think there's a lot of predetermined games as is. I think this Articuno EX deck generates objectively bad games of Pokemon Pocket that are essentially auto-decided or not based on how your Misty flips go. I think it is a bad showcase of the depth and strategy Pocket has in it. But if you are interested in cheesing people out, there's a deck for you. Mech Charizard, thanks for that Prime support. That direct supports are a big part of why I'm able to do what I do here as my job, and I appreciate it. The shrug in the background made great time. Yobis is a good strategy game player. They fully understand what they showed up to do in this tournament. Like they know what their deck is doing, and they know what needs to break their way in order for it to be functional. Well, so I'll be curious to see if Yobis gives us a potentially quick game 2, or if we're gonna grind it out. So Kerr has to change to the Dark Wiggly deck. Yobis optionally can change to Venusaur, but Yobis is gonna have to win with Articuno. You have to win with both decks to win the round. And you're gonna have to win with both. So we're on the Articuno deck again here. We have no Misty in the opener, but we do have first energy advantage on Yobis' side. I think first energy advantage typically isn't enough. Good start from Captain Kerr here. You always want to begin on a coughing, but notably no wheezing for them yet. Been lurking in the stream since I found your channel 2 days ago. Great streamer, man. Thanks, Mac. Good to have you around. So, the hand scope here with the red card is perfect. Hand scope lets Yobis know deterministically there is no wheezing. I think that hands off is like, we're not red carding here. No wheezing, no problem. You can stay bricked. One of the few ways to make red card not just be incredibly embarrassing, get to see your opponent's hand and make a choice beforehand. I don't believe there is a red card in the Wiggly deck. So you'll see Yobis making a heads-up play here of not playing the second Articuno out because there are copies of Sabrina inside of Captain Kerr's deck. So Yobis is electing to play around Sabrina by not deploying the second Articuno they have to the board. Because Articuno has a retreat cost of 2, so if you play that out and you get Sabrina, you are infinitely behind. Yeah, they know the Sabrina is deterministically in hand with the hand scope as well. With no wheezing, this Articuno might solo this game. Articuno with energy advantage and no Misty and a slow start from Captain Kerr means we could get a real game out of this. I don't love Yobis' use of potion so far. He keeps just playing it out when his cards are hurt and not saving it for breakpoints that could matter. He's giving up information that he doesn't have to give up ahead of time, letting Captain Kerr make better decisions. There's no upside to that potion there, and it gives away context of what's in your hand. This X speed is weird because the coughing you're switching into is still dying in 1 to the Blizzard. So again, to talk about, like, Captain Kerr is on the back foot here, but this play is not good. We are not making the best of our misfortune on Captain Kerr's side here. The Misty is an interesting choice here on the Yobis side, because on one side, you want to play your supporter ASAP, so this encourages you to play the Articuno out, but if you low roll with the Misty, you get tempoed by the Sabrina you know is there, and then you can't push the advantage you have in this game. So I really like Yobis' decision at this juncture to just keep that Articuno in hand and keep Misty up. While you are welcome to be constructive in a constructive and specific manner, like I am here when I call out things that I think are mistakes from one of these players, you are not welcome to just generally insult the people I am broadcasting matches from on my stream. There is a stark difference between constructive, pointed criticism and just being a dillhole. We're going to a game 3 here. Yobis getting a win there without the Misty is a big deal. I think this matchup is hard. I think this matchup is hard for the Wiggly deck. I would, if I were looking at these deck lists heads up in front of me, I would say the Venusaur deck is favored here. Obviously, card game variance could break either way. Captain Kerr, neither player has an ideal start here. No Executor for Yobis and no coughing for what's his name? Here's a red card. I hate the turn 1 red card in spots like this. I hope Captain Kerr draws a coughing. That's a Pokeball, and we redrew the wheezing, so decent odds we find a coughing here on Kerr's side. I hope Kerr hits the coughing and punishes this red card. We redrew the research too on Kerr's side as well. I think this game's being a clean example of why red card tends to not be a great card. All right, that's a brick on the Wigglypoof, on the coughing. Can we find it with the research here? Can we punish the red card? There's the red card punish. Yeah, dab on him, Jacob. Dab on the red card. Red card deserves to be dabbed on. I don't believe Captain Kerr has a regular Wiggly in their deck. I think they're all in on Wiggly EX. Let me look here. Oh, they do have a regular Wiggly. Love the regular Wiggly EX split here. Regular Wiggly cracks for 60 for 2 energy. I like researching here before we attach the energy, because if we research, this is Yobis stopping to check if there's a regular Wiggly, I bet. Like I just did. We could find X speed. I agree with the commentary from chat that only having 1 EX Wiggly makes this matchup harder in general. When I've worked on this wheezing Wiggly deck, I really like 2 EX Wiggly and one regular. Do you see this game having long-term success? I think Pokemon Pocket is going to make a massive pile of money and be here for many, many years. It is both a very good, mechanically good card game while also being a ton of fun and having a lot of depth. Sabrina's an interesting choice here. Because we get, and this is another reason why giving them the coughing kind of sucks here. Woo, why is my stream freezing, Twitch? Apologies. I think they knew exactly what they were doing when they designed this game. It's very carefully crafted. This start is really good. Is really good for Captain Kerr. Like I said, I think Yobis is favored here, but the way this game is playing out, I would put an advantage bar in Captain Kerr's direction firmly at this point. They should buff red card. I think it's good that red card is embarrassing and bad. I think effects like red card being good make for really toxic and unfun gameplay. Now, on Captain Kerr's side here, I think you give up your active slot here and you put an energy on this bench Bulbasaur. Yeah, I think you have both full lines. I evolve this Ivysaur up front and I start putting energy on the one in the back. Yeah, I love this pivot. This heals the poison. It kicks you up to 100 HP, which is just like infinite HP. This gives you time to set up Venusaur in the back line here. Venusaur EX going to do its best Snorlax impersonation here and just soak hits from this wheezing. The Sabrina top deck is interesting here because on Yobus's side, you kinda don't care. You've got one energy on both of these things. If we switch up the Bulbasaur to the active and that one starts taking hits, it's mostly the same. The pause on the Erica is like, okay, do I want to buy more time with this Venusaur EX or build up the pro? I like sticking to the plan here. Venusaur heals for 50. Erica heals for 50. Venusaur's big attack heals for 30. Without a Wiggly EX, it's going to be very difficult to get through the second Venusaur. In fact, I would go so far as to say if I'm on Yobus's side, I'm not playing out any more Pokemon this game. We are just purely chunking through and then trying to solo the entire Wiggly Dark deck with the Venusaur in the back. Venusaur EX has very polarized matchup tables. It is a deck / card that is very good against the decks that it's very good against, and it has unwinnable matchups into things like Charizard. I think the pause for the cause here is them waiting to see, do they want to wait to evolve? I don't think you wait to evolve. Well, I guess they can't Sabrina and Koga. The upside to waiting to evolve here is if they Sabrina up your Ivysaur, evolving to Venusaur heals the poison, which would be good. It saves you damage in the long run. And I don't think there is a combination of cards that let them Sabrina and kill the Ivysaur this turn. So I think there's a chance Yobis was supposed to not evolve there. It probably doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, but I think there's merit to not evolving in that spot. But it's close. I'd have to double check Kerr's list, but I'm pretty sure there's no combination of cards that punishes not evolving there, and not evolving has the upside of clearing the poison from the poison gas. Oh, is there a red card on Captain Kerr's side? I don't believe so. Oh, Captain Kerr does have a red card. I don't think they've used it. Okay. The existence of red card makes evolving stellar here. Rescind. The upside is minimal and the downside is high. Evolving is good. Yes, I think Venusaur struggles against the three big decks in Pokemon Pocket right now. It struggles into Pikachu, it struggles into Charizard, it struggles into Mewtwo. It is an excellent pub stomper, though. everything that's not the big three decks basically just can't keep up with Venusaur. Alakazam is okay into Venusaur. That's a good take. Okay, I'll call it okay. We're putting a fourth energy on Wiggly EX. Yeah, I guess that's fair, in case you need to retreat. And on Yobus' side here, I would expect even if we draw an Execute, we're never playing it. And honestly, given the presence of... I think rushing to the Wiggly EX is interesting as well. I'm not sure I love that play from Captain Kerr. I think given the fact that we're never playing an Execute out, I might just burn the X speed to play around red card. We see him thinking about that. Because if they red card you, you want to be as likely as possible to redraw your two Ericas, one of your two Ericas. So Wiggly EX cracks for 80 and then puts to sleep here. So we'll see. Captain Kerr could win 2 coin flips in a row. We're gonna see them elect to X speed instead. Yep, we're gonna see. I like this. I think your line to victory here from Captain Kerr's side is you want to set it up so you only need to win 1 sleep coin flip to beat the Venusaur. I don't think Captain Kerr is gonna be able to get out of a coin flip. I think they're gonna have to win at least 1 sleep flip to get this Venusaur off the board. One of the big question marks, and again, this is why I think we should burn the X speed here on Yobus' side. I think these Ericas are going to be instrumental in saving this Venusaur this game, and I want to make sure. Okay, let's see if we play around the Sabrina. What level is Yobus playing at here? We finally drew the Execute. There's 2 knockout points on Captain Kerr's side. Okay, cool. Yeah, Yobus is playing at a top level here. We know our line to victory is we are all in on Danny Plant Dino. The eggs are thoroughly scrambled at this point. They are not going to be involved in the rest of this game. We have another Koga in hand from Captain Kerr, but that is just tire spinning at this point, right? We are not making real inroads on dealing damage to this Weezing. We put the energy on the Jigglypuff because eventually we're going to draw the other Wigglypuff and be able to crack for 60. But our line here, I assume, is Koga, put the coughing up to sacrifice it, replay the other coughing. It's too early to start going for Wiggly sleep flips, I think. They played the X speed because there is 1 red card inside of the Dark Wiggly deck, and you want to get rid of the X speed so that way if you get red carded, you are more likely to redraw. You are more likely to redraw the what's it called? Interesting that we're electing to let the Jigglypuff die. I guess the upside to the coughings is that the coughings take a hit from Giant Bloom is noteworthy. Yobus is not on a Giovanni, which is heads up information. So the Venusaur is never killing a Weezing in 1. So we should play the Pokeball here the same reason we played the X speed. We missed it. Okay, yeah, this is I think Yobus has played this game almost perfectly, but I think this not burning the Pokeball into a potential red card is our first mistake. I think both of these players have played pretty well, and they both had awkward openers. Yobus has made really good time. And here's the red card. I don't know that it's enough, but this is the card that could push us out of the Ericas. So, not playing the Pokeball means there's one more. The only cards in Yobus's deck that have a text box right now are Erica. When we get red carded, every card in our deck that we can draw that's not Erica is bad. That we're getting the Execute doesn't matter. Yeah, okay, so Yobus comes to the conclusion I came to last turn and is like, the red card is we only need Erica. Might as well attach Sandra. I thought it was fine we weren't putting him on in the previous turns. So there's one card in their deck. I don't know that I love Erica-ing here. I feel like this Erica was a potion. I think you want your Ericas to heal 50. That could cost Phil the game here. We'll see how this plays out. This game is 100% gonna come down to Wiggly flipping heads on its sleep attack. But playing the Erica for 20 healing as opposed to 50 healing is a big deal. Playing the Erica does not really play around red card. It plays around an extremely low roll on red card. But I don't think you should play around low rolls that are that low. Are we gonna Erica again? I would not want to Erica again. And if we're not Erica-ing this turn, we shouldn't have Erica'd last turn. Because again, this attack puts us to 160. And now the Wiggly EX comes up. And if we brick on the sleep and we brick on Erica, we lose. When the deck is empty, nothing happens. You simply don't draw. So having one Erica in 7 cards gives us 1 out in 7, drawing 4, whereas having 2 Ericas would give us 2 outs in 8, drawing 4, which is more likely. And this Venusaur would be at more total HP over the course of it. So Wheezing cracks for 30. The red card feels early here. I'm not sure why we would red card this turn. We are not incentivized to Erica next turn. So now the decision from Captain Kerr has given Yobus an extra card draw to draw. Yobus now has 5 cards out of 7 instead of 4. That being said, we've bricked so far, so this game's going to come down to the sleep flip followed by the 1 and 3. So we have a 50... Excuse me? Oh my god, Kerr threw! He threw! No! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, he threw! Oh man! We are diddity done. You can see it on Phil's face. Phil is like, what happened? There was supposed to be a coin flip, and there was supposed to be a draw 1 and 3, and we bricked on the 1 and 3. All right, Phil's gonna play Raven in the finals here. All right, it looks like we are headed on into the round. We have Yobus with Articuno and Venusaur versus the Dark deck plus Water Misty aggro for Raven. We have the Misty opener, and it's the premium Misty here, chat. Far more likely to flip heads. I absolutely love the grin on Yobus's face every single time he opens on Misty. He's just like a child that is about to stick their hand in the cookie jar and find out if they're going to get slapped or not. We're done. The game is over. We're done. That is round 1 of our finals. I love the fast movement to the fist pump at the end. Actual perfection. Esports. All right. So, the way this works from here is Raven has to beat Venusaur twice, and I think both of Raven's decks have a bad Venusaur matchup. I mentioned when we were looking at deck lists before the round that Raven was choosing not to play Muck Grimer in their Arbok deck. Without a Muck, the Venusaur matchup is almost impossible, speaking as someone who's played the deck. Raven is going to have to get very lucky to get past this Venusaur deck twice, I think. I don't think having bench Pokemon mattered in that last game. It does not matter if they have bench Pokemon when they got 3 energies on turn 1. It just doesn't. It didn't matter what deck Raven was playing. You lose 100% of the time to the triple Misty Heads there. This is an ideal opener for Yobis. Yobis would actually prefer to be going first here as opposed to going second. Okay, are we going to have a reverse Misty Donk here? If Raven top decks the Starmie EX and this Misty hits on the Staryu, we could scramble this egg before it gets to Yobis is like, oh no, the cookie jar. Look, it's their turn. Oh man, imagine being unlucky in the finals, chat. This is not the stuff champions are made from. Champions are made from 3 Misty Heads finalists, not 0 Misty Heads finalists. This is not where you want to be. If you're on the, I think you need Misties to break your way to have a shot on the water deck side here.
Sometimes you don't.
Really good draws for Yobis here too. We have all of our basics out. I don't think we're in garbage time. But I think it's going to be an uphill climb for Raven from here. Raven has to hit Starmie EX in his next 3 draws to have a shot this game.
It looks like this one.
We need Starmie EX so we don't just lose this Staryu to Executor EX. 2 more shots. 2 more shots, gamers. Okay, we found backup bench Pokemon. This means our energy goes on the back Staryu, I think. Oh, I don't love the energy on the active one. Yobis doesn't flip tails, Raven. Dear God, man, did you see his Misty in the first game? This is not a man you can count on flipping tails against you. He's about to mess your Staryu up. Oh! Gosh, Yobis is just the unluckiest gamer. Just so unlucky. All right, we got 2 more rifts at the Starmie here. We got 2 more rifts at the Starmie, and the deck's getting small at this point. We are very likely to find Starmie EX on this swing. Whoo, doggy! Raven used up all their good luck when they beat us in the semifinals, chat. There is no more good fortune to be had for Raven. All right, we're actually okay here. We can put an energy on the Staryu or the Psyduck. We draw one of our evolutions next turn. The full art supporters are some of the best pieces of art in this game. They're very good. I hope there are more opportunities for me to do commentary on Pocket in the future. It's just tough because a lot of the community tournaments don't have people casting every round. It is a really fun, unique opportunity that we get to see both perspectives and do full commentary here. This is an interesting retreat to me. We're putting damage on the Articuno and getting rid of the knockout point. I don't know that I love this from Raven's side. If our Misty hits heads next turn and we hit heads on the Paralyze on the Articuno, we might be in a serviceable spot. There's the Ivysaur. The Venusaur's on deck. Raven's gonna get to dance here a little bit. But I think this matchup is just too tough for them. On Yobas' side, I think we're probably supposed to play this Executor out to play around the red card a little bit, but I don't think it matters truly. I think there's a chance Yobas could let Twitch chat play out this game and they'd win at this point.
Well, game over.
Not quite. We're gonna have some dancing and weaving. when this Misty flips tails, we're 100% done, especially with the evolution brick again.
So like, I was about to say, if before they didn't wear heads, and second turn, they could possibly last for long enough or to get the type, but sadly...
Our streams are a little off center here. We got a couple of heads on the Misty.
Let's go!
Okay. Casual 8 energy Articuno. But here's the thing about this. 1, we used up all of our heads, so we can't paralyze. 2, I'd feel a lot better about this if the Articuno was healthy, right? Okay, we hit heads. All right, this is how this needs to start for Raven to have a chance. Can't attack, can't retreat for Phil's side. I think Raven was probably supposed to give up the knockout on the Staryu rather than let Articuno take a hit for 80. We'll see. We'll see if Raven gets punished for this, but we'd be in a much better spot if this Articuno was on full. Something that's noteworthy about positioning from here. Golduck goes down in 1 to Venusaur. Starmie EX does not go down in 1. Something that could play out appropriately for Raven. I think Raven's line to victory here might actually involve another paralyzed flip for 1, and then drawing both Starmie EXs to be able to tee up that way. But I'm not even sure that that's going to be enough here with the Ericas in hand. I don't think... Oh, that's interesting.
Oh yeah, that is interesting.
I feel like I'd be inclined to save the Ericas for my Venusaur. So it's interesting. I guess the upside to this Erica is getting to 130 means Raven has to win 2 more paralyzed flips to avoid getting knocked out. Let me check. Is Raven on... I don't think Raven is on Giovanni. Raven has 1 Giovanni. Oh, it's in his hand. It's in his hand. I'm dumb. I didn't need to look at the necklace. We do have a Giovanni.
Why did he upgrade his Ivysaur to his Venusaur?
So holding the Venusaur lets you hide information, so your opponent doesn't know that you have the evolution yet.
Yeah.
So waiting to play your card lets it be a surprise.
Yeah, but because they see the other games, they know the other
So they know it's in his deck, but they don't know it's in his hand.
Okay.
So it hides what's in your hand. There's another paralyzed flip.
Yeah.
Live by the flips, die by the flips here for Mr. Yomas. Oh, this is an interesting choice. There's no reason to put the energy on Executor EX ahead of time. You have the X speed in hand. We should, you can't retreat. Does he not? He might not know that he can't retreat. Oh no, he can't retreat. He's asking his chat. It's subscriber only mode. We can't tell him. Someone in chat said, I think you can. Oh no, Yomas. No, don't listen to chat, Yomas. They're always wrong. No! Yomas! No! Oh, no! Oh, learning game rules in the finals in real time. Oh, wait, no. We didn't try. We shouldn't have put the energy on it, because if we get paralyzed next turn, we just lose that energy now.
That's bad.
I think the energy was not appropriate. Whoo! We have the Giovanni to punish, right?
But
why are we potioning? Why are we potioning?
Yeah, do it, please.
Why on God's green earth would we potion?
Why?
We wanna not die to eggs, I guess?
Eggs.
But we're never putting the egg up here. I guess he's making the assumption that there's not a Venusaur. This potion might be because the Venusaur hasn't been played yet. But so, like, if on Phil's side, if you don't have the Venusaur, the Ivysaur dies in 1 to Starmie EX. So there's a risk. Obviously, we know Phil has the Venusaur, but I think the potion from Raven here is playing around an Execute knockout because there's some fear that, there's some fear from putting the Ivysaur up in the face of that. Now, something that's a little scuffed here is that the Sabrina, this is not like the other game where Phil had an empty bench. Phil has a bunch of Pokemon on his bench, and Sabrina is a real threat. Phil could get punished here for putting that needless second energy onto what's it called earlier, the Executor that got knocked out. If Phil had an extra energy on Venusaur or this Executor on his bench, he would be in a better spot to play around Sabrina. But he gave up a resource by putting it onto the Executor that was up that then got knocked out by a Giovanni.
What is going on in his head?
That's what we're talking about, my dude. So here's the Golduck. Golduck is a single knockout point Pokemon. I wouldn't be surprised to see Sabrina happen here because Raven's on 2 points, and notably, Raven is on 2 Sabrinas here. Phil actually needs to draw Ivysaur next turn, or he's going down to double Sabrina the way this is played out. I think Raven might have maneuvered this game into a win to force a game 3. Phil's dead.
Yep, he's a goner. He's
Phil has no lines to beat the second Sabrina.
He is going.
We can not get our bench, and this goes back to Phil played a kind of aggressive Erica earlier. Yeah, but you can't play red card here. You don't know that your opponent. Yeah, the red card in a way cost, or the energy in a way costed the game, because if Phil had one more energy, he could have knocked out the Golduck with the Venusaur here. He would have still died to top deck Starmie, which is likely, but he wouldn't be dead to just Sabrina had he not made a mistake with that energy earlier. The Sabrina from Phil doesn't matter. Okay, and Phil's mistake ultimately ends up not mattering here because we top deck the Starmie. But I don't think Phil played to his outs appropriately. That's fine. We take a deep breath. We got a game 3 for the finals. The Wheezing Arbok deck also has a tough match into this Venusaur deck. I think Raven played out of his mind this game. Like he took a tough matchup and he did not give an inch. He got fortunate on a couple of paralyzed flips. Regular Articuno was an absolute showstopper this game.
Well,
I think yeah, Articuno shows up as the card of the game for Raven's screen here. It was 100% the card of the game. It was really fantastic. Raven had to get lucky to win that, but he played well enough to put himself in a position to get lucky.
Yep, he has to fight the odds, he had to fight luck, and he has to fight his own
All right, we're going second on Phil's side here, which I think both players got what they wanted here. However, oh my gosh, remember when I said we were going to have to get lucky? This is the insane start from Raven. They have their one of Giovanni, and they have Wheezing while going first. They get to scramble this egg before it can evolve.
Yes, this egg is scrambling.
This is huge. This is the opener. Raven needs to win this game.
This is the peel to solid.
If you're on Phil's side, you need to draw another Execute with this Pokeball to have a shot. You need to win this 50-50 because this first egg's gonna be scrambled. Wait, what? Excuse me?
What?
Hello, Bueller? Is this thing on? I am truly... Maybe we're expecting them to retreat right away? This could be fine if we expect we're just burning an energy and making them retreat right away. However, I think Sabrina's a really important tool in this matchup, and I don't know that I love burning it from Tempora. So people that were looking away, Raven had the guaranteed knockout on Execute on his second turn, and he Sabrina'd the Bulbasaur here. I think this is a gambit that we're pulling Bulbasaur back. I'm curious to see what Phil does here, because Raven has given Phil the option to play around Giovanni. And Phil did not have the option to do that before Raven Sabrina'd here. And in Raven's mind, I'm sure you want to just pressure the Bulbasaur sooner. But if Yobis doesn't want you to pressure the Venusaur, this just buys an energy, which is a turn. You basically, this Sabrina could take that first energy advantage away. If you're on Yobis' side, I think you want to play the other egg out. Yep. This works out perfectly. Are we playing the other egg? Okay. This is bad for Yobis now. The gambit on the side of Raven has paid off. This egg is scrambled. We're forced to push the other Bulbasaur back up because we didn't play out the other Executor. We are big on the back foot here.
It's gonna be a scrambled egg buffet.
Yep, here comes the Giovanni.
Oh, it's a party of ritual scrambled egg.
Yep. I think any game that Raven wins in this matchup has to go like this. It's gotta be quick.
It gotta be
Plant Daddy is unbeatable in the late game. I think we're done here. I think Yobis leveled himself a little bit here to start. He was in a bad spot. I think even perfect play from Yobis. This is gonna be a tough game.
Game over, man. Game over.
I think we're looking at a game over man angle here.
Yeah. And I have to be honest.
This was an absolute maximum payoff for Raven. If Yobis would have played out the second egg last turn, we could maybe be in a serviceable spot. But the fact that we didn't play out the other egg last turn means we are super behind. We're not 0%. We're very low though.
A good deck beats a lot of good decks which are powerful, but a great deck has cards which
we're pulling the Venusaur back.
Which
we're playing Ivysaur out. There is a red card on Raven's side. So playing our cards out does play around red card a little bit. It makes our retreat cost more. Teenage Dino, a little bit slower. Takes 2 energies to retreat.
Teenage Dino. I like the word.
Koga's a good pickup. Koga lets us get some surprise damage in here, basically.
Ooh, surprise damage. Kablooey.
So we get to go ahead and toggle the poison gas. And then get a tackle in here. And then we evolve the Executor. The Executor will be on 90. Yobis spent his first 2 energy retreating because of Sabrina's and some tough play decisions.
No.
So now a question here is, are we putting energy on the Executor? I don't think you are. I think you're supposed to start building up Plant Dino because Koga means dealing damage to this Weezing does not matter. If I'm on Yobis' side here, I'm evolving and I'm putting an energy on the Venusaur because I think my line to win this game involves. Yep. I don't know. I think that's the final nail in Yobis' coffin. I think Yobis' lines to maneuver out of this game involve not having this set up.
I think some people are going to triple check their decks after this.
Triple check? Yep, maybe.
Yeah.
And the tails on the Executor means we don't even have to. And we found the second coughing on Raven's side. Whoa. Holy.
Well.
The second coughing means that after you Koga a Weezing, you could immediately go into another Weezing.
Oh no, they got that other Pokemon which stops you to put you trainers. Oh, you supporters.
Let's see. We got a tackle. We are still got a few turns before Raven can push through here.
Imagine they have a Cobra.
The Executor now dies this turn. I assume we're going to see Erica on the Executor. I don't think you put the energy on the Executor if you're not planning to Erica it.
And you...
That Pokeball is purely to thin the deck. I would be surprised if we see the Bulbasaur hit play. I think if we weren't... And this, honestly, is why I would have preferred not putting the energy on the Executor. Not only does the Koga blank the damage the Executor is doing, but we wouldn't have to Erica this Executor because we just have 3 energy on Venusaur next turn, and then Plant Daddy gets to start crushing through. Executor does not hit hard enough in this matchup. Yeah, no Erica here is tough because Executor is dead on board to just the Weezing, and the Venusaur's not attacking next turn because of how we manage our energies this game.
Well,
I think this game is a textbook example in energy management.
Yep, it's a sample of what you shouldn't do.
Yes, it is an example of what you shouldn't do. I think Jacob nailed it.
I think you have to create a video about
Sabrina, I think you Sabrina this turn now, right? I think you throw Big Daddy Plant Dino up. You tap it with Poison, you tap it with Tackle. Next turn you can Koga back into the Arbok and lock it in play.
It would be cool if it
Yeah, Raven's just taking a beat to count and make sure they're not making a mistake in the finals. Fully understand that. Yeah, there's no Giovanni in the Venu deck. And again, had we simply not put energies on this Executor or played an Execute out earlier, this Venusaur could have been plus 1 or 2 energy this game. But because of decisions that we made in terms of sequencing, Yomis is infinitely behind in tempo, and Raven has played very well and capitalized on being behind on tempo.
What it looks like here is if that Weezing gets like 2 more energies in the next 2 turns.
Well, Koga lets you pick Weezing back up.
Yeah.
He's a ninja, so the Weezing doesn't even need energy. He just gets to back to hand like a ninja.
I know, but what if he does it? I didn't know. I didn't know how thin his deck was. I didn't know if it was no.
Oh, we drew the red card. And this is one of those spots where, like,
you want the
Yomis doesn't know that we're sitting on Kogas. But, like, they haven't played anything for a while, which makes it more likely. I don't know. If you're Yomis, I don't think you put red card in your deck to not YOLO it here.
I will never put red card.
I think you're supposed to burn the red card, but I've got caster vision and I know you're got. Like, this is just one of the many examples of red card being super mid, because even if your opponent has the Koga, they're super likely to still have the Koga after you red card them. Red card is bad. Stop putting it in your decks, people.
Yeah, if you want it, ask the people.
If you're not red carding here, cut it. And I don't necessarily disagree with not red carding.
If you want red card your deck, you will definitely want this card to have a buff. So ask the people.
Don't ask them to buff red card. Red card is stinky. We don't red card being good is toxic.
Oh yeah, true. If you try to make red card good, put a handicap on it. Because
don't do it. Cards like red card, games like Pokemon Pocket are better when red card is bad.
Yes. Or never even add it in the game or delete it in the first place.
All right, there's another Erica. So we're going to 100. We get Arbok down to 40. We go to 30 from the poison, and then Erica plus our heal puts us back up to 100. There's a chance Yomis can still win this game, which feels insane given how it's played out.
Imagine he got.
So no, for the people saying no heal this turn, I'm counting 2 turns, gamers. You need to think 2 turns ahead. Listen to my words. We attack for 60. We go to 100. We then take 60 from Arbok and go to 40. We then go to 30 from Poison, and then we heal 80 back up to 110, and then back down to 100 the following turn.
What my dad's saying is we have to.
You have to think 2 3, 4 turns ahead how these things play out to play this game and understand where you're at in your matchups.
AK 5-dimensional chess.
5-dimensional. You got to be playing 5D chess, gamers.
Yeah.
And this is, again, hammering in those early tempo plays where they cost Yobis. Yobis could have been healing 30 this turn. If Yobis healed 30 this turn, this game was over and Raven could never win. But because Yobis missed on tempo early, Raven's got a real shot here.
After you have to
The
play
key here from Raven's side is they need to get second Arbok online ASAP. Wheezing is not enough damage to power through Daddy Dino here.
You have to play.
Raven, and this is again like red card. Like, do you red card? Red card's good with caster vision because we know they have Erica.
Yeah.
But like, if they don't have Erica, you could very easily be drawing them into the Erica.
Yeah, it's like
It's literally a no upside play. It's statistically incorrect. It's like it's when you look at a spot like this with red card, it's just like, why is it in your deck? Why isn't this red card an X speed or a potion or a Giovanni or literally any other card that has a freaking text box?
Hey, even a Misty because builds colorless energy.
Misty only works on water Pokemon though. Good try.
Yeah, but it would be funny.
So this is that turn we see play out. So we see the heal 80 from Yobis. We're down to 100. We need Arbok this turn from Raven's side. That's not an Arbok, gamers. That's not an Arbok. We have Koga to buy a turn, and it is noteworthy that Phil burned their other early. Their other Erica got burned early. There is no more healing inside of the Venusaur deck. Wait, do we get to Sabrina this turn though, right? And take our second knockout point? Is Phil on 2 Sabrinas?
He's still in this tournament because he has
Phil's only on 1 Sabrina.
Is that the guy who literally
I like the evolution here. I think you Sabrina and take a knockout. It's close though. I don't feel strongly about Sabrina either way. I guess if they don't have the second Koga, not Sabrina is good. We're going to 80. The Arbok is not quite lethal. The Arbok Koga is 10 short here. The problem is the plant dino here in the back is set up now.
It's called Venusaur.
Yep, and again, just the entirety of this game Raven is only in it because of the rough. No, we're just done, right? Because Arbok means we can't retreat.
Yeah, he's only here because.
Are we done? Arbok locks us in. We're done, right?
He's only here because of. Oh
Phil's only got 1 knockout point here. Would we have won if we Sabrina? We'd have won if we'd Sabrina the previous turn, yeah?
Oh.
Yeah,
no.
we did it. If we would have Sabrina, Phil would have been on 2 knockout points here.
Oh, he's good. No,
We're done. We're done. Phil threw again by not playing the Sabrina the previous turn.
Wait.
If Phil would have Sabrina'd the coughing the previous turn, this Arbok knockout would be our 3rd match point, and we'd be done here.
But
we're dead. We're dead to tackle.
Yeah, no matter what we just did.
We're dead to tackle. We go up to 40. We go down to 30. Tackle plus poisons another 40. It's exactly like we said at the top of this round. Raven needed to get lucky and play out of his mind, and I think both those things happened. I don't think Raven made a single mistake in this game.
He played too.
I think every single opportunity he had to maneuver around Phil, he maneuvered around Phil.
He had to play too.
Jerome, thank you for the 2 months. I appreciate the prime. Welcome back. Yep, we're done here. Phil, the two, if I'm Phil and I look back on this set and I say, what could I have done better? Those tempo energies at the beginning was huge. And then that Sabrina on the second to last turn, also a deciding factor. Either of those things happen differently, I think Phil takes this game. This round, this tournament.
Yep, it's all final showdown.
We are finally done.
The showdown's over, guys. The showdown's over. The final.
All right, gamers, if you enjoyed my tournament commentary, I would love to hear about that. I think I'm going to upload these to YouTube and have the editor cut them out, so I'm going to record a YouTube outro here, too. If you're watching this on YouTube in the future, I'd love to hear in the comments down below if you'd like me to try and make it possible for me to do commentary on some more tournaments in the future. I had fun doing it. I think this is an excellent job of showcasing the kind of depth and back and forth and strategy that goes into playing Pokemon Pocket at a higher level. Hats off to Raven for winning the whole thing. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. It's 10 o'clock. 10:30 here in the cornfields. I'm going to go ahead and sign off for the evening.
Bye.
Bye.